But to build an upcharge, one thing is that the broker can make money on this if they would like.
Right.
Okay. So do you want to build in $10 or $15 to every package you sell and give it to the broker? Okay. So if you do 1,000 shoots for that broker and you give them $15, you're giving them $15,000 for that relationship. Right. I can tell you that is a sizable amount that they go, oh, wait a minute. You not only could give me a marketing tool so my agents can get more listings, you not only can give me a recruitment tool so I can recruit more agents, but you're going to give me $15,000 too. You know, it's just like,
it's the mind blown.
Yeah, exactly. Mind blown. And that's how you get them to buy in with you.
Welcome to the Spiro Podcast, managing your real estate photography and videography business. With your hosts, Todd Kivimaki and Craig Magrum.
Welcome to the Spiro Podcast, managing your real estate photography and videography business. Spiro is a software platform designed to help you manage and grow your real estate photography and videography business. I'm Craig Magrum. I'm the host of the Spiro Podcast. And along with me, as always, every week, our owner, our founder, Todd Kivimaki. I didn't have another title to throw at you, Todd, but I can think as we're talking.
Hey, that is all great, Craig. Hey, welcome everybody. It's great to be here today. I am a little jazzed up today, so I've probably had too much coffee. It is 2 p.m. in the afternoon. We normally record these earlier in the day. So I had an exciting meeting just yesterday. I don't get out of the office a whole lot anymore. So when I do, like, this is exciting things I'm going to share with you. We had one of our tenants have a very similar meeting. These almost, and I'm not being over dramatic, are game changers, company changing meetings that we want to talk about today. But I'm excited to be here. If this is the first time you're with us, sorry, you got me at 2 p.m. and usually you get me at 10 a.m. I'm a different Todd. But welcome. Thank you for listening. If you could subscribe, that helps us. And also we'll let you know the next time or as soon as we release a new podcast. Hey, if you're coming back, thanks for your trust. Thanks for your time. We don't take it for granted. We know your time is important and we try to pack as much as we can in here. And I'll say with that, we want to know what you want us to talk about. I said this last week. I'll continue to say I've screwed up more times than anybody needs to count and more than you need to care about, other than the fact that let me save you time and money. And you ask me a question, myself or Craig, and I will tell you what not to do from our experiences, and I'll save you all of that frustration. So email us, Spiro, hello@spiro.media. Again, I'll say that a little slower, hello@spiro.media. Ask away, and we will put it into this podcast.
Exactly. So the podcast is all about the business side of what we do, real estate media, right? And we've covered a number of topics, but one that we really have not dived into is the subject of the software that most of us use to manage our business and to grow our business. And one of our listeners, Justin Boswell, Justin, thanks for dropping this idea to us. He suggested that we cover the topic of using Spiro for scheduling appointments. And what are the benefits of that? What does it have built into it? And so that question came from Justin. We've mentioned in past podcasts, that we have this in-house software that we created called Spiro, and that it is available for other photographers to use. We just haven't really spent a whole lot of time talking about it because we don't want this podcast to just be a giant commercial. We do want you to know about it, but we really want to bring value to you. So, per Justin's request, that's what we're going to talk about today, Todd, is what are the benefits of Spiro and how could it help with scheduling specifically for Justin?
Yeah, super excited. Thank you, Justin, for that question. So with scheduling, now you right now are doing this all many different ways. The topic of scheduling for your real estate media company. We as WOW, and again, WOW Video Tours is our real estate media company. We started back in 2004. We shoot over 12,000 listings a year. And we historically have always done manual scheduling. So that is a term we use in Spiro where the client, the realtor, gives a date preference. And then someone on my team looks at those date preferences and tries to finagle where all these 12,000 appointments go. The nice thing about that is you have full control over where you put something. And, we sometimes have a perfectionist attitude here at WOW where we want to get everything perfect. That you can do that in Spiro, no problem. It'll do that. It will also do automatic scheduling, which we just switched to a day ago. February 1st it's the 2nd of February when we're recording this, and we switched to it yesterday. Now, what that means is our clients, the realtors, pick an appointment on all 20-something of our photographers in the field. So they don't have to let us know when they would like it to be. We don't have to try to schedule it. We don't have to confirm it. We don't have to do any of that. The client gets a better experience. I don't have 5 people on staff scheduling appointments. We're not tied. If you don't have 5 people on staff, scheduling appointments, fine, but you're not scheduling appointments. So the main thing is with scheduling is I would recommend, and we did it the hard way. Trust me, we did it the hard way since 2004. We did manual scheduling. We just switched to automatic. It's like, like these angels, like I hear it, like I walk, like, and sorry.
The Hallelujah chorus was going.
Exactly. Yes, it was going. It's like, wow, we just made that a lot better. Now, I will tell you some things about our scheduling. We have learned over the years at WOW how to overcomplicate everything. Okay. So the good thing for you that I've overcomplicated everything, my brain loves to think. The good thing for you that I've overcomplicated everything is I have so many variables in the system for you because WOW needed it. Mm-hmm. So we have, oh my goodness, we have all kinds of different ways that the system can automatically assign jobs for automatic scheduling. So you can do the closest distance. You can do a priority. You can do a round robin. You can do a quota by day. So either how much do you make, how much do you shoot, number of jobs or dollar amount. Inside of all those, we have what we call skills and restrictions on a photographer. So have you ever sent a photographer to a job where they couldn't shoot the whole job? Okay, so you send a non-drone shooter to a drone job. Yeah, I'll raise my hand. You feel kind of dumb. Like, oh, we're excited you're going to shoot the drone. And the person's like, I don't have a drone. And then you're like, okay, Todd, what'd you do? You screwed that one up. Okay, well, wouldn't it be really smart if the system knew what skills all of your photographers had? It will never send a non-drone shooter to a drone job. Wouldn't it be great if it knew the actual appointment of the job? You can put that all in. The appointment based on square footage. Do you need more time if you shoot the basement? Is one photographer in training and they need more time than others? We accommodate all of that. Service areas. What service area does this person cover? Okay, are there disallowed zones in there? So one thing is that sometimes we have some photographers on staff that don't feel comfortable going to certain areas of the city. And we heard this from Emily out in California. Yeah. With Hopscotch, where, they don't really feel comfortable going to this downtown area. Okay. All you have to do is put a little circle and say that's a disallow zone. We'll never send that person to that zone. So I could probably talk for days about restrictions based on dollar price of the house. Do you want to send a brand new photographer to a $3 million house? Probably not. You probably want to send your best individual. Do you want to send them to an 8,000 square foot house? Maybe not. They might get lost. I'm being kind of goofy now, but we have so many variables. Craig, you can probably think of 10 more off the top of your head.
Yeah, you hit the big ones, though.
Literally, because we've overcomplicated everything at WOW and we have so many people in the field, I am telling you that our system can schedule and intelligently schedule any way you would like it to. So if you're manually scheduling right now, if you're not in a system or you're not in a system that's geared towards real estate, you need to get to so that you can focus on the bigger things. You can focus on being with your clients or getting to be a better photographer or building your business, whatever your gaps are for 23. You shouldn't be scheduling appointments. You shouldn't be thinking about, do I have the right person in the right place at the right time? Software can do that for you.
Exactly. I remember when I was out shooting and taking phone calls or emails or texts or any of the above from realtors and trying to schedule those appointments in between when I was shooting appointments. Man, yeah, it'd be so much easier to have an ordering portal where they can just pick their exact date, their exact time, and yeah, the software just takes care of everything. Man, how much more efficient would I have been with my time had I had that tool at the time? So yeah, it's exciting to see that Spiro can do this for businesses.
Yeah. A couple other quick points to mention, Craig. We, of course, integrate with Google Calendar. So you mark off on your calendar and Spiro will not schedule you. Also, some other cool things is you have max mileage between appointments. So maybe you want to try to limit, or maybe on Thursdays, you don't want to drive so much. You can have max mileage between appointments, and also you can have max miles per day. So all that's configurable. It's all up to you. You have rest time between appointments that you can set. And all of these things are optional. So you can get as detailed as you'd like to really configure it to be the way that you want it. And more importantly, the way that your team wants it. That's the more important thing, is that you keep them happy in the field, because they're the ones that are out there that are freezing their butts off right now. They're driving hundreds of miles a day, and then they're sweating their faces off in the summer driving hundreds of miles a day. So it's for them to keep your team happy. You have a happy team, you have happy clients, you have good photographs and video, and that makes for a good company.
Yeah, exactly. So Justin, there you go. The benefits of using Spiro with scheduling your appointments in your jobs. So Spiro has a lot more that honestly we could talk about, Todd, and something I kind of wanted to rewind to, and what makes Spiro different than some other platforms out there comes out of the way that WOW built its business, and that was with brokerage deals. So you want to talk a little bit about, okay, so what makes Spiro's software different in how it handles a potential broker deal that somebody works out?
I would love to, because quite honestly, the way that Spiro is different with scheduling is like just the tip of the iceberg. It's a very small thing that just has to be done because it's part of the business. But the brokerage deal, in my mind, is the game changer, what I referenced at the beginning of the conversation. So quick story, I went out yesterday, and we're in Northwest Ohio, and we happen to be in Lima. It's not a huge city. It's not a small little rural area. There's probably, I think there's probably 150,000 people in the greater Lima and then surrounding communities. So Lima probably has 65 to 75, and then there's probably about that many in the surrounding communities. So not a huge area. And I've been shooting here real estate video and photos since 2004. Okay, this is my home base. So I had thought I had all of the market, or most of the market, and we shoot for all the companies. And I sat with the owner of the largest company yesterday, because he had told me that he really, for 2023, wanted to get more consistent with their marketing. So I went back and looked, Steve and I looked, I think we shot 170 properties for him in 23. And which is great, 170. Little did I know, and I hate to admit this, they did over 800 listings in 23.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So,
okay.
So, and this is a guy, I've worked with this owner for a long time, really almost since 2004. I think it was probably closer to 6, but for a long time. And he wants their agents to be more consistent. He wants their agents to, as a whole, market better, to increase the marketing for not only the individual agent, but as the company, to bring it up, to increase the floor of marketing. Also, as we talked, it was important to him to make the process easy, because we know the agents, it has to be easy for them or they just won't do it. It has to be easy for his staff, their contribution to making this work. And he was completely on board to wanting to get most of those listings with better media. And your brokers will always see this, because your brokers, they don't look today or tomorrow. They look down the line. They're typically your owner brokers. They're more visionary, and they are more in depth as to what the market is doing and going to do and trends. So, and I will tell you, I think this is pretty consistent over all of the brokers that I spoke with. I've spoken to over the years, is they think like this. This is how you grow a successful business. And his company's number one in our area, and number one, quite honestly, by a good margin. And So in the meeting, I'm asking some of these questions. Is important to make it easy? Is important to have a consistent level? I'm getting, and again, this is a sales term, but soft closes. You're getting them to say yes. And remember, he's the one that called me that said, "Hey, I want to get more of my agents on board." Also, I found out that it was important for him to have that as a program at his company. It's a recruitment tool and it's a marketing tool for the company as well. And again, remember, I've said this in prior podcasts, but what's important to a broker is market share. Market share. That's all that's important to a broker. You grow market share either one, by getting more listings, or two, you gain more agents. They in turn have more listings. Okay. How do you get more listings? Well, you have to market better. Okay. Well, let's market with photo and video. Okay. And again, I didn't say photos only. I said photo and video. I go photo and video. I don't go to photos only. Photos is just a commodity.
Yep.
I would suggest that you don't go there. Go to photo and video. Go to photo and something else. Whatever you do, if you don't do video, please learn it. I've got some resources I can send you. I can help you with, or learn something else, something that they need. Your video could be horizontal, vertical. They could talk in it, not talking. It could be a cinematic. It could be a walkthrough, whatever you decide. But just don't sell photos.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's market share. Okay, so how do you get more listings? You market better. Okay, how do you get more agents? That's the second part of growing market share. Well, you have to recruit agents. Okay, well, what makes an agent come to your company? It's not just the splits. I will tell you that from firsthand. It's just not what they're going to put in their pocket. I can tell you that's important, but I do know many experiences where agents stay at a company where their split is not as good because of the tools and the services that the company provides. If you're talking to a broker who wants to grow in market share, who wants to recruit more agents, then they need to have programs that attract agents. Well, a simple media and marketing program is a cornerstone of that whole recruitment process.
Right.
So he's telling me all these things and we're having a great conversation. Again, I know him pretty well. He's a great guy. And, then where do I go? And again, we did this in a previous podcast. I'm not trying to do the whole thing over again. I'm just trying to tell you what the conversation was yesterday. Then it was like, okay, well, great. Well, at this point, as Wow Video Tours, I need to know distribution. I need to know how big are the houses, what's an average list price. So I asked him for that. This is a metric that I've always gotten. So this isn't something that they're like absurd to have you ask for. So I just asked for, hey, can you send me a distribution of all 2022 of all the listings that you've done? I had it in my inbox this morning from his assistant. Okay, they did 800 listings. I was like, and he told me this yesterday. He's like, yeah, I think we did 750, and then they had 50 more in another MLS. And now we're going to work together. We're going to look at what can we do from pricing perspective to put something together for them. So long story short is, it's just, we did 100, about 70 last year, and say it even grows to 400 in the first year, half of those listings, or 500 in the first year. That is still a huge net positive and a huge relationship and value that I can bring to them and they can bring to my business. So it's just a win-win. Okay. So broker pricing. I've got one more here. I'm going to read this one, Craig, and this one from one of our beta testers. I didn't ask him for permission, so I'm not gonna, he doesn't give me any names in here. So I'm not going to give his name, but he did a fantastic job on this. And so he said, I have my first meeting of the year with a new broker owner yesterday. She was referred to me by a colleague that moved out of state last year because she is looking for someone reliable to help her grow. We talked about her vision, and she admitted that she was in very much agreement that consistent, high quality branding, it's a good term, branding, is the best formula for growth. He says, first objective overcome, check. Okay, so he's doing a great job. These are these soft closes. She's admitted, hey, I got to get my agents to brand. He then goes on to say, we then talked about what she's looking for over the next few years. Turns out she currently has a couple of their agents working for her, but is looking to add more in the next couple of years so she can step away from production before she hits a certain age in a few years. He says, then growth mindset, check. Again,
Yep.
Is this a broker who wants to grow? If you're meeting with a broker who doesn't want to grow, I will tell you this probably won't go very good because it's just a different mindset. And that is one thing that he qualifies, which is great. So he knows, just like the broker that I sat with yesterday, like he contacted me like, hey, and he said he's looking at buying 2 more offices. So he wants to grow. This particular broker wanted to grow. He then goes on to say, I explained that I have a team of people. So this is the photographer saying, I have a team of people that make the whole process of working with me much more convenient, reliable, and that we can offer many more services than most local competitors. Then he says, he says, be a one-stop shop, check.
Mm-hmm.
So again, another soft close. I just love that he's doing this by the book, and this is great. He says, then the conversation turned to how she plans to attract more agents to her brokerage. Okay, remember, this is recruitment. This is what brokers think about. How am I getting more agents to come to my brokerage? So he has an asterisk here, and he says, here's the windup and the pitch. Telling her that we already set up a custom order page with brokerage-specific packages that encourage consistent marketing across all agents, and that the broker can front the bill and collect payment at closing, so that agents just need to worry about scheduling was nothing, and they only need to worry about scheduling and nothing more. Excuse me. And this is all in caps, was a total home run.
Yep, exactly.
He says she's working on the schedule for the first 3 shoots of the year and can't wait to get started with not only MLS marketing, but a series of light and fun branding videos that position her as the neighborhood expert. And then he has asterisks, mind blown.
I saw that email, Todd, and I got the biggest, stupidest grin on my face when I read that from this person. And I'm like, yes,
Mm-hmm.
that's what it's all about. It's real. This is a real process. It does work. And obviously, unless, like you said, the broker doesn't want to grow, then is that really somebody you want to work with then?
Mm-hmm.
But that's such an awesome real life story.
Yeah. And like you mentioned, Craig, I mean, this truly does work. I've been doing this since 2004.
Yep.
Or actually 2006 was the first one that I did. And it was just because I had to figure out a way that I wasn't going to go write code, because I just graduated with this expensive degree. And I'm like, hey, I'm going to go shoot houses. It's like, okay, wait a minute. That kind of seems different.
Yeah.
Nobody was shooting houses at the time. Just FYI, this was 2006. For all you young ones back there, it was black and white in 2006. Okay, you guys don't remember this. This is a long time ago.
Right. Just moving pictures had just come in. Yeah.
It was like, when's there going to be sound? There's no sound. No, I'm just kidding. It wasn't that long ago.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, this process works. So for no other reason did I create the software, and we call it Spiro today, because we had to accommodate what the broker wants and needs, because I want to sell 1,000 of these, 10,000 of these to one person, and not 10 of them to 1,000 people. It's a lot more difficult to sell 10 of something if you have to go talk to 1,000 people rather than talk to one person and sell them 10,000 things. Again, just the translator, that you have to understand what a broker wants, what their agents want. And when you can put that all together, I am telling you, you're going to have the same type of conversation that our friend here did, one of our testers, and the same conversation that I had yesterday.
Right. So specifically, how the software handles that broker deal. You mentioned the brokerage fronting the money, the agent pays later at the closing. So what is the feature in Spiro that allows that mechanic to happen in terms of invoicing and billing somebody?
Yes, thank you, Craig. You're so good at trying to get me to funnel
It's
one
okay.
way. It's very kind too in all my craziness. So let me cut to the chase. In order to make that possible, you have to be able to set what the company pay is. Okay, company, the broker.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we have on every one of your services, we have a couple different fields. We have a company pay, an agent pay, and then we have a display price. And you will use those to either bill the company, either bill the agent, or both, or you will build in an upcharge Okay, so we haven't talked about this yet, but to build an upcharge, one thing is that the broker can make money on this if they would like.
Right.
Okay, so do you want to build in $10 or $15 to every package you sell and give it to the broker? Okay, so if you do 1,000 shoots for that broker and you give them $15, you're giving them $15,000 for that relationship. I can tell you that is a sizable amount that they go, oh, wait a minute. You not only could give me a marketing tool so my agents can get more listings, you not only can give me a recruitment tool so I can recruit more agents, but you're going to give me $15,000 too. You know, it's just like,
it's the mind blown.
Yeah, exactly. Mind blown. And that's how you get them to buy in with you. You, of course, have to give good service. You have to, of course, have a quality product. And you have to have a lot of products. And you have to have a staff to accommodate. Don't tell them you're going to shoot 2,000 listings a year for them if you can't do it. I mean, you need to go figure that sucker out. Call me. I'll help you get people trained. That's an awesome deal if you get it. But you have to do what you say you're going to do. But you have to hit all these points for them and bill accordingly. With the deal that I talked about, and we have some of these deals where the broker says, I'll pay for everything up front, and then I'll put it on the broker deal. And again, I haven't explained that very well, but let me explain what the thinking is for an agent when they get a listing. An agent doesn't think, let me spend all of my marketing dollars for this listing. They haven't made any money yet. Remember, they get paid. They get paid when the house sells, and then when the house closes. Mm-hmm. They don't get a check until that house closes with the title company. So agents don't typically think, let me spend money. The good ones do, and I'm generalizing here. But as a whole, if you look at a brokerage, the broker wants them to go market that listing. The agents are like, oh man, I haven't made any money yet on this one. Can I just put a sign in the yard? Okay, well, in 2023, you're not going to be able to do that anymore. So you are at an opportune time where the market has shifted and real estate agents are going to have to market a property. And a broker can help facilitate that by fronting the money. So I build a broker. The broker has, is on a net 30 or whatever you want. You can make that agreement with the broker. I'll just tell you that we give them a net 30. We give them 30 days to pay. That does cost us some money because we have to float that bill. You decide that. But the broker gets the bill. Part of that, them getting the bill, is your invoicing system has to know that they need to get the bill. Do they get the bill for just the base package? Do the agents get the bill for the upgrades? Does the broker get all of it? We track it all for you. So the system does all of that. And then the broker needs an easy way to go bill all of those agents. So you're not going to send them 300 invoices a month, if you have a busy month, or say a busy month is even 100 houses. That's a lot of clerical work for the broker staff.
Exactly.
We send out a beautiful invoice that has a perfectly formatted Excel spreadsheet with all of the information that they need. They start from the top, they go to the bottom, and it's very detailed who the agent is, what the address is, what the charges are, who should pay it, and the sums of all those columns. It all goes. Their billing person can take care of all that. The broker gets paid back. They pay us. Everybody's happy.
Okay, Todd. So we hit the benefits of using Spiro for scheduling. We talked about how Spiro has built in the ability to bill brokers or agents or both, and build in an opportunity for a brokerage to make money through the way Spiro operates. Let's kind of do a speed round here of a couple other benefits of using Spiro in somebody's real estate media business.
Craig, that sounds fabulous. I'll make it quick. You guys know I'm not good at that. I feel like Dallas Jenkins with the Chosen. Does anybody watch? You remember The Chosen? I'm always yelling at Dallas. I'm like, Dallas, just get to the show. And I am doing Dallas right now. So if you haven't seen The Chosen, watch it. But I'm going to be to the point here. Okay, so custom order pages. You can create as many order pages as you want. And this is a great way to make your client feel special. You can create it for a company or an individual. What's better than saying, hey, I'm going to create a custom order page with the bundles that you like, with the pricing that you like, whatever it is, you decide it. But who doesn't like something custom? You can create 1 million of them in there. You could probably create 2 million of them. Okay, selling in bundles. We sell in bundles because we want to sell more. Again, I mentioned this at the beginning. I never pitch a broker that I'm going to do photos only for them. I'm at least going to do photos and video. They've already told me that they want to increase the marketing. So why are we doing the minimum? Okay, let's sell in bundles. Put those things in there. Some easy money makers for you. If you're not doing this, do a Twilight conversion. I have some people that tell me I can't stand them. I can't stomach it. Well, can you stomach making the extra money is always what I say. That Twilight conversion is like $5 to your editors. Sell it for 20, 25, sell it for 50 if you have a really good Twilight converter, but put it in a bundle and make it easy for people. Are you selling like your luxury package? If you haven't defined a luxury package, you should.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't sell it if you don't offer it. When I was doing weddings many years ago, I learned that from, I forget what the photographer's name is, but he's like, you should have a package that's like double or triple, because there are some people that they just want to buy the biggest. Like I created this ridiculous package with weddings and I had somebody buy it. It was a doctor's daughter. And she's like, oh, just give me the best one. It's like, she didn't care what was it even in it. She just wanted the best one. Okay. So sell in bundles and put a lot of things in there. Your agents want it easy to just click a button and get a lot of things. Okay. 2 opportunities to upsell at every order. So they select their bundle. The realtor selects their bundle. Then they go through and they see what add-ons you have. And then later down the timeline, you can choose to show a pop-up offer. So we're the only system that pops up an offer. It's a special offer, whatever you want it to be. Sell a Twilight, sell a drone, sell an iGuide tour. So 2 upsell opportunities. Again, I'm trying to put more money in your pocket. And selfishly, I'm trying to put it in my pocket too. I mean, I developed it for me. So don't make me seem like too good of a person. I'm really not.
I love the transparency, Todd.
Hey, at 2 p.m., you get me transparent here. I've had too much coffee too. I started at Bible study at 6 a.m. chugging coffee. So it's 2 p.m. now. It's almost 3. Okay, highly configurable scheduling. We talked about that. Highly configurable way to pay the photographers. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Where do I start here? You can pay them you can pay them based on the service, but then based on that service, you can pay them based on their service area. So the location of where they shoot. You can trump all that to have a direct charge on them. If you want to give them you can give them a bonus. You can give them what we call a milestone.
Right.
And you can include that. So do you want to take care of the people that have been with you for a long time? Okay, give them a 3-year milestone. They get $5 more a job. You can track mileage, pay them for mileage. It's an insane way that you can pay people. Again, we have 20 something in the field and we have painfully paid them every humanly way you can. So it's in the system. So however you want to pay someone, you can configure it in the system.
Right.
Okay, a new one, editor task in our to-do or workflow module. So I have it in my system right now. You don't have it in your system yet, but all of the code's written for it, and I'm using it right now to create tasks for each service. Okay, so think about, WOW did over 12,000 jobs last year. 80% of those had at least video. Okay, so that's nearing 20,000 jobs, 20,000 tasks or services that we had to deliver. Well, there are some that we did more than that. So we not only did photo and video, but we did drone, we did an AHA, we did a vertical video, we did a social 6. Okay, so I'm just guessing that we probably had to track 30,000 different tasks last year.
Yeah.
It's all built into the system. You create the building blocks of your task, everything that needs to be done, and you assign it to your users. The cool thing is, and we know this at WOW because we've worked with editing teams for many, many years, is you're not always going to put your editors into your admin portal. So we built an editor portal that has just what an editor needs, because you don't want your editors to have access to all the orders, to the jobs, they just want to know their task. Okay, what photos, where are the raw photos? What needs edited? How do they get the photos back to you? That's all built out and done inside of Spiro. So this is all tracking for you. And this will really make sure that you streamline. If you're looking to streamline, you're like, did I get everything done? Build task for them, build out your team, assign it to your team, assign it to your editors. Another cool thing is you don't just have to assign the task to one person. So for example, say you're photo editors, you can create a queue or a lineup of editors where editor A gets the first 10 jobs, because maybe editor A can only do 10 jobs, but you want to use them first. And then you have to have a backup. And then maybe you have a backup to your backup. You can assign that distribution to all of those editors. Spiro will worry about that for you. Do you want to prioritize VIPs and higher dollar signs or higher priced homes to a particular editor? Maybe one's a lot better than the other. Okay, prioritize your VIPs. Right now, if you have multiple editing teams, probably one's better than the other. Give your VIPs to your better editors. Spiro will do all that for you. You just have to check the box, and it worries about that. But all of that's coming. We're looking at a launch date of the middle of February. Like I said, I'm enjoying it right now, so I get a little bit early. I apologize that you don't, but middle of February was when all those tasks are coming. And again, that was built out of necessity. This is an underlying thing for the software. We built it all out of necessity because nothing else did it, and we needed to have it done. I needed to track 30,000 things a year, and who was going to do that? And not only 30,000 things, but there was probably 2, 3, 4, 5 steps inside of each item that had to be tracked. Okay, so now I'm tracking 100,000, 150,000 individual steps.
Yeah.
You try to do that on paper, you drive yourself crazy.
It's insane. Yeah. If you want to find out more about the software, if you're curious, you're looking, you're exploring, hey, stop by our website. You can just go to spiro.media. You can sign up for a free account and get a free Spiro account and start messing around, looking at the software. We don't charge you for that. There's just the charge when you deliver a job. We're trying to keep it as simple as we can for you, because we know the tasks that you're having to deal with every day.
It's $5 a job. That includes the entire workflow. We keep it easy. You don't have to buy any credits. You don't have to have many monthly subscriptions. When you deliver it out to your client, it's $5. They get all of the scheduling, all of the company pays, all of the marketing assets, all of the display pages. You get all that. So we would love to have you try it. Send us an email. You can sign up at you can email us at hello@spiro.media or visit spiro.media. But honestly, I would just encourage you, reach out to me. Send me an email. You'll get me, myself or Craig will respond to you. And we want to make sure that we team up with the right real estate companies out there to really, just full we're still perfecting, we're still actively developing to this system. The to-dos are just going in right now. Yep. So we want to make sure that we hit all the points and we get all that correct. And we want to team up with the right companies and the right mindsets out there throughout the country to make sure that we can all succeed together.
Yeah, exactly. So we want to thank Justin Boswell again for giving us a suggestion to talk about scheduling in Spiro, how it helps. We want this podcast to cater to what it is, the information that you're looking for on how to run a business, a real estate photography business. So again, Justin, thank you so much. We appreciate that.
Yes, thank you all for spending some time of your busy day with us today. We hope this was helpful. If it was, could you share it with another colleague or someone that you might know? That would help us out. Again, if you could like the podcast, or if you're on YouTube, if you could hit the like button or subscribe button, that would help us out as well. And look for a new podcast every Monday. And again, I've said it 10 times, but email us. We love to hear from. It's great to hear from you guys. And these success stories are great. Or send me a failure story. I'll cry with you, because I probably did it 5 times, and we can figure out a way to make it better. But you can get me at hello@spiro.media.
Yeah, you can email us, but also if you're watching this on YouTube, leave us a comment in the comment section. We always try to respond to those quickly as well. And we love having a conversation and getting ideas flowing and just collaborating as creators on how to have a successful business. So if you are watching on YouTube, don't forget you can also listen to the audio version on any of the major audio podcast outlets, Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon, all of those. And conversely, if you're listening, you can check it out on YouTube. And, if you love watching videos, check it out on YouTube. It's just youtube.com/@Spiro podcast. So As Todd said, thank you for joining us this week. Again, a thanks to Justin for submitting a great question for us to talk about. And just enjoy the blessings you have. Busy season is coming up shortly, so enjoy the breathing that you get to do a little bit right now. And just be thankful for what you've been blessed with. Take a breath. Have a great week.
Thank you for joining us for the Spiro podcast, Managing Your Real Estate Photography and Videography Business. This is a production of Spiro and Wow Video Tours. You can find out more about Spiro's real estate media business management software at our website, spiro.media.